Welcome in, everybody. So we have exciting news from Whatnot, which I will share in a moment. Let me just do my notifications out. Loki is playing with Humpty Trumpty now. Do you got your trump? Can you show everybody? Come on, up. Oh, there. There you go. He wants to show it off. Come here. Thank you. Good morning, Cosmic Lost and Found. Good morning, Dallas. Good morning, Jules Retro Bomb. Good morning, Nietzsche. Who else? Cosmic Lost and Found Magic. I love that name. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Good morning, Dallas. Good morning, the Purple Girl. How are you? Welcome in. Sleeping Giants Cupboard. Good morning. 111 Dan. Good morning. Welcome in. Sleek Styles. Welcome in. How are you guys doing? Let me just get to the free resources. So if you're new to me, welcome. My name is Kim. I'm the Red Rooster. I have a whole bunch of free resources available to Whatnot sellers. There is a goal planner, which I will be updating for 2026. Will be available. The new 2026 edition will be available in December. But in the meantime, most of what's already in 2025 will be the same for 2026. So if you want, you can download the 2025 edition and use that. There's also stickers and coloring and everything. Good morning, Sam Pop. How are you? Okay, so let me just go to my Whatnot on my phone. So feel free to ask your questions and share your shows. This is a community show, so it's all about you and what you want to talk about. I have only a few things that I need to talk about this morning. I'm glad you're good, Sam. That's awesome. So the show notes have the information about Black Friday is going to be 0 commission. So I'll be talking about that in a second. Whatnot said health insurance card isn't valid. Oh, what about Stripe? Stripe, Quebec, no driver's license. You can, alternative. Physical address, phone number, working website, physical bank account, acceptable verification documents by country. Hang on. They want me to find another valid ID. Okay. Let's see. Photo ID, country, Canada. Okay. Passport, driver's license, citizenship card, work permit, study permit, permanent resident card, provincial or territorial issued photo identity cards, which you don't have anymore in Quebec, except health ID cards, birth certificate. Birth certificate? You got a birth certificate somewhere? It says birth certificate on the Stripe list. Certificate of Indian status card. So, okay, yeah. So your birth certificate, if you can find that, your birth certificate, according to Stripe's own website. Sorry, ignore the phone that's broken. It's on the Stripe's website, identity documents. So that's for your identity. Upload your verification, and then there's address documents to prove your address. Let's see what that is. Driver's license, work permit, study permit, blah, 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 blah. Insurance document, an investment account statement, a property tax statement, a bank statement. So ask your bank for a statement if they can print one out. A utility bill. So probably even if you have a cell phone plan, that might work too. But you have a bank account, so the bank statement should work. Contact your bank to see if you can get one just printed out for you, because it has to have your full legal name that matches the name in your settings, which would also be in your I'm just getting here, in your identity documents is what it's called. A full legal name, and then personal address that matches the personal address in your settings, and a document that's dated within the acceptable range. So yeah, I would try your bank statement for your address verification, and for your identity identification, get your but your bank account, because you do need to have a bank account to put the money into. So if you don't yet have a bank account that you can open, then I would recommend doing that. Okay, so you have a bank account. So ask your bank for a statement. Just go into your local branch and ask them to print out a statement for you that would have your full legal name and your address on it. They can usually help you out at the branch level. If you call them on the phone, they'll be useless. But if you go to your branch, usually your branch can help you out. So hopefully that helps, Sam Pop. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. We were just talking about identity documents that you need in order to get your payout from whatnot. I don't know why verified buyers is on. What was I going to do? Right. So we've talked about resources. Fingers crossed it will work. Good morning, everybody who's come in. Welcome in. Angela Ashley, hi. Chris W, hello. Eddie, good morning. Freedom Walker, you did not make my first 5 buyers $150. That's okay, Freedom Walker. It's a promotion, but it doesn't mean that you failed in any way. It's just a special promotion. The key is that you started. The key is that you did it. You got going, and with whatnot, the more you do, the more experience you'll get, and you will slowly grow. It's all about consistency and just determination, really. Triple B Cardboard, what's up? How are you? How is the world of selling expensive pieces of tiny cardboard? Bead Kind DIY, good morning. How are you doing? Medical 101, good morning. How are you? Who else did I miss? Okay, I think I'm caught up. If I haven't, good morning. Welcome in. Good morning, Sandra. How are you? It was nice to see you and your cute little kitty cat. Um, Sam Pop is right. Yes, you win that you started going live. Exactly. That's sassy vintage shit. Good morning. What's the weather like in Texas? Make me feel warm because there was frost on the ground this morning and I didn't like it. Um. All right. Oh, by the it's going to be 80, and you're on the beach. My thrifting was okay, Sandra. To be honest, Belleville's not my like number one place to go for thrifting. I find that the prices have gone up. I guess it's more expensive to be in Belleville, but I did end up in Trenton. I did get a couple of things in Trenton, although the Trenton that what used to be my honey hole in Trenton, their price has gone up. So next is going to be Brighton, and I'm going to go back to Lindsay because I miss being in Lindsay. So I'm going to go back to Lindsay. I hope at the end of this week I'll win an auction and I'll be forced to go. Sam Pop says, everyone, please go bookmark my plushie show. Yay! You lived in that area? So I'm in Hastings. And I did Belleville. There's a Belleville and a Trenton in New Jersey. Yeah. It's the English. They just bring the same names to wherever they colonize. So we all have the same names. You lived in Campbellford for years? That's so cool. Yeah, I'm just up the road. Technically, I'm in Asphodel, Norwood. Ugh, I hate saying that. Breezy's Closet, good morning. Vintage, good morning. How are you, Ange? Good to see you. Canadian Treasures, good morning. Yeah, Asphodel. Technically, I'm actually in Asphodel, which is part of Asphodel, Norwood. It's just horrible to say. But the house was perfect, so I don't want a toy. Thank you though. Just come up and say hi. Come up. Come up. That's it. Come up and say hi. Okay. He wants me to show you. There, Elmo. Okay, I've shown them Elmo. You can go play with him now. Gosh, he's very cute, but he's crazy. He's crazy. That's Loki, our latest addition to the family. He's been with us for 2 months now. It's crazy. It feels like forever. He just slid into the family fairly easily. Him and Romeo get along perfectly fine. There's no more anger and teeth gnashing unless Loki tries to get at his food. Soupy, good morning. How are you? Parsco, good morning. He's yeah, he brought me Elmo, which he stole from me. It was in a box to go to the antique market, and he stole it out of the box. And he ran as far as he could, so he ran out into the backyard, and all you could hear was Elmo going, that tickles. And Smokey was just running back and forth with Elmo. So I had to take the sound box out of Elmo because it was getting a bit annoying. He'd come into the house and he'd just start chewing on poor Elmo, and Elmo just kept saying it tickled. Elmo liked it. Elmo's into some stuff. So on Black Friday, which is for Canadians who, we're not as used to it, especially if you're my age. We didn't have Black Friday growing up. Um, Black Friday is on the 28th of November, and they have finally announced it that it's zero commission, like I thought it would be before I knew. I knew before I could tell you guys, but before I knew, I thought it was going to be anyways. Zero commission. So I just kept saying that I was speculating because I was speculating before. Good morning, Dave. Drive safe. Um, zero commission. So if you were thinking, I don't know if I'll do a show on Black Friday, I don't know. Do a freaking show on Black Friday, okay? It's zero commission. Even if you sell like one thing, zero commission. That's like 8% you're saving. Zero. Zero commission. So do a show, book a show. If you want to be part of our Shop Small Friday event, which is it's not a raid train, it's a raid event, which means you book a show on Black Friday. Use the thumbnail. Use in your show title, put Shop Small Friday so that other people can find you, and then go live at any time you want and end whenever you want to on Black Friday. And then when you end, raid into another small business. Ideally, another small business that's running a Shop Friday show. If you have a mod, you can just ask them, can you look for another Shop Friday show for us to raid into? If you can't, or you don't have a mod or whatever, no big deal. Just raid into another small business. 99.999% of businesses on Whatnot are small businesses. So it's highly unlikely, unless you go into a show that's got like 1,000 people in it, it's highly unlikely that business that you raid into is a big business. They're going to be a small business. So just raid into someone. Even say to Whatnot, pick for me, right? Just raid into somebody else. And it's just a way to, because we have a sign up sheet. And so you can just DM me, send me a direct message on Whatnot and just say Black Friday, and I will send you the link and the information. There's also a tag. It's Black Friday Live. Now, Whatnot has used the tag Black Friday Live every year that they've done this Black Friday zero commission event. The problem is that they've created, there's like 3 or 4 Black Friday Live tags. Just pick the first one. Don't sweat about it too much. There's going to be, when you search tags, when you're creating your show and you search for the tag Black Friday Live, you're going to get like 3 or 4 options that are all just say Black Friday Live. Just pick the first one. I've already informed Whatnot. Michelle, I did it on the spreadsheet like a good girl. But I was seriously like, why do you have to create a new tag every single year? Just reuse the tag. I don't understand. Like, maybe it's a coding thing. I don't know. But either way, fix it. It looks dumb. In my opinion, it looks clunky. It looks clunky. It just looks clunky and messy that they have multiple Black Friday Live tags. But anyways, I love Whatnot, and they probably didn't even realize that they did it. They just were like, and we need the tag, so someone create the tag, not realizing that the tag had already been done, because Whatnot is growing so fast. Like, they're growing by 200% and more every year, right? So they're growing so fast that their new staff are working on old stuff because the other people have been promoted to other parts of the business. And so they don't know that there was already a tag, and they don't think that they need to go in because someone says make a tag. So they made the tag 3 or 4 years in a row. There were at least 3 that I saw. There could have been more. Good morning, Stamp Pickers. Stamp Pickers is part of the Shop Small Friday event. So yeah, good morning, Shauna's Treasures and Art. How are you? Good morning, Drip Locker. How are you doing? Let me just moderate. Boop. Moderate. Boop. There we go. All right, that's better. Good morning. Sam Pops 4x4 says Whatnot is still growing, and I see it even it's been less than a month that I've been on. Yeah, Whatnot's growing huge. It's like really expanding quickly in Canada. It's very focused though right now in the cards, in expensive little pieces of cardboard, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's if that's where it needs to grow first, that's what happened all around the world, is that they concentrated in certain areas and grew it that way, and then the rest kind of came on its own. I would love it though, dear whatnot, if your social media could focus on more than just cards. Um, I've noticed that Whatnot Canada is all about tiny pieces of expensive cardboard and nothing else. And honestly, if I was a consumer and that's all that I saw, I would think that that's all Whatnot did. So diversify because you are diversified. Thank you. That is my rant for today. That's my polite rant. Good morning, sleeping giants cupboard. I'm out of yeah, playing cards. So TCG, trading card games, sports cards, your Pokemon, your Magic the Gathering, etc. Plus all your sports cards. Those are where they're focusing their efforts right now. Bitbuster, good morning. And Stamp Picker says, actually hope you're all feeling epic today. I know you are because you are epic. Wait, the way back basement. Good morning. Says comics are doing really well now here too. Yeah, comics are doing amazing. Lego, Whatnot partnered with Bricks in Demand to help push the Lego, and the Lego community has like gone amazing, amazing. So what Whatnot's secret sauce has always been is to go and target certain areas and work on those and build those, and then build out. Um, who's selling like Bricks in Demand is selling Lego. Great White Bricks. Who else? There's tons. There's tons. Anyone on here who sells little tiny pieces of plastic bricks? Wave and say hello. Freedom Walker 77 says I tried to sell Pokemon but nothing yet. It takes time to build an audience. And there are a lot of Pokemon shows on. So making differentiating yourself in some way, um, doing shows at off times if you can. I mean, uh, look and see if there's other Pokemon sellers that are on. If there's big Pokemon sellers that are on when you think you're going to go on, maybe wait half an hour and then start your show. I find that sometimes big sellers bring in viewers, but then those viewers get bored and they look for other Pokemon shows to go into. So it's not a bad, I wouldn't say wait till a big seller is off. I would say go on a little bit after a big seller goes on, because you're going to have just flow from people looking around while they're there. Stamp Picker says, listen, we've had like 20 plus new sellers of stamps in the category, so lots new weekly. That is freaking amazing. Well done, Stamp Pickers. Good morning, Sarah Zim. Good morning, Titan the Great Dane. How are you? Stamp Pop says it's hard to have a good price to compare to others. Yeah, that is another thing, is that if you're in Pokemon, it's hard. Like, I don't want you to start at $1 just because you see the big seller starting at $1. So start at a reasonable price, right? Start at a reasonable price and work your way up, or till you are a bigger seller, and then you can start selling at $1. Because the reality is that those big sellers may start at $1, but they're not ending at $1. So really, you're not. It's not like, it's just a psychological barrier you have to get through. People come in if they see that you're starting at a reasonable amount, that makes them want to participate. I see that there's a lot of sellers who are very successful doing $5, $6 starts, if for a pack. I don't know how much packs cost because I haven't gone out to try and buy one. I want to. I want to. I would love to do one of those opening things, but the thing is it ripping shows, whatever they're called. I'd really like to do those, but to be honest, I'd open it up and I'd have no clue whether or not it was an exciting card. I'd be like, "Oh, this one's shiny. This one's pretty. I like this one. Congratulations." Sam Pop says, "I have two cards that are $40 each. It would take a lot of time selling them, but I have a lot of time." Yeah, you can always put them in your marketplace and in your buy it now. And then you never know. In the middle of the night, somebody could buy them out of your profile, right? Um, Sandpicker says, if you've all been in my shows, I never sold anything under $5 Canadian. Seems to work okay. Yeah, if you know what, people get used to it. If their expectations will be what you want. How Freedom Walker. Sorry, I talk about way too many things. My Pokemon show was epic. Yeah, I was very professional. Pottery by Lakeisha says, I haven't been on for a bit, getting back into it. Thank you for doing these lives and answering questions. It's helped me a lot. I'm glad. I'm glad. That's what I'm here for. I'm here just to answer questions and help you guys out. What are you doing? What are you eating? Oh, no, no, no. We don't. No, no, we don't eat. We don't eat that. No, no. Thank you. Um, Skate for Love. Good morning. How are you? Welcome in. Auntie Anna's Antiques. Good morning. Good morning, Peacock. How are you? Remember, that's only $3.60 US. Yes, so it's a bargain. $3.60 US. How has it been for your US buyers lately? Um, Titan the Great Dane says, typical doggy reaction. What are you eating as they run away? He just looked up, like, why are you taking it away from me, mummy? Where did it go? No, leave it. Go see what Romeo's up to. Go find Romeo. Daddy went out to get stuff. Reptile guy, good morning. Sorry I missed you. Good morning. How are you? So Black Friday is zero commission. What else do I need to tell you about? Let's see. Good morning, Crystal Moving. Good morning, Lynette. How are you? Did you just leave your live show open for the buy it now? How do you just leave your live show? So what you're going to do is when you add an item, when you add your inventory, let me see if I can show you. When you add your inventory, so say, let's see, what do I have in this show? See when you set up an item, it says reserve for live. If you turn that off, it will be available on your Loki. Can we not? It will be available. I think he's done. Yeah, if you take off the reserve for live, it will be available in your profile, not just in your show. So it will show up on your profile. So like I did that with my Funko Pops. I had a whole bunch of Funko Pops, and I made sure that they were available. So when you go into the shop, Matilda's barking back. When you go into my shop, you'll see it there. So what you want to do is just like after a show, if you haven't sold something, just go and make sure that those items that were in your shop are available in your store. You'll see them in your store as well. And people will buy them that way. So like I can go into, let's see. Let's go to Picky. So I'm going to hit buy it now. Picky's got 2 items in her buy it now. So I can go in right now and say, I want this Talavera Sun wall hanging, and I can purchase it out of her shop right now without having to wait for one of her shows. So if you go to someone's profile and you click on buy it now, I'm catching up. Sorry. Lynette Prairie Nights, good morning. How are you? Stampickers, I'd asked Stampickers about how it is with US buyers. And he says it's been slow for US buyers lately. Everyone getting sick of tariffs, shipping costs, but good customers and community can offset that. Yes, and I think you've all noticed that if you've been watching the news, the Great Pumpkin's evil cousin did remove tariffs for like staples like coffee and stuff like that. He's started to his team has finally started to get him to realize that tariffs aren't working and that they're making people upset and that they're losing because of it. So he's starting to take it off some things, so like coffee in the US, etc. So eventually he's going to give up on other things. I don't think that the de minimis exemption is going to change, but I think that or if it does get brought back, it'll be at a lower level. That would be ideal for the U.S. government as well as for U.S. consumers. Is if they found a compromise, which would be bring back bring back the de minimis exemption, but make it something like $100, so that goods still flow through faster and the U.S. economy can get back on track, but um, but not but still encouraging U.S. buyers to buy from U.S. companies, which totally makes sense. Um, Goes both ways though, because I'm sick of taxes, fees, and tariffs too. So I've been buying more Canadian, says Stamp Pickers. Same, same. Peacock says, yeah, I just can't pay the steel tariffs on jewelry from the US anymore. Um, Thank you, Prairie Nights. I'm feeling a little bit better. Yesterday I couldn't do my show because I had food poisoning. I'm a little bit better. I'm not complete. I didn't want to do my eye makeup too much because my hands are still a little jittery. My name is Kim. Yes, my name is Kim. Collecto cards. Good morning. How are you? Good. You too, Freedom Walker. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, you will notice that I do need to clean up my shows for next week, but you will notice that I am going to try my best to start doing shows where I sell more. So, from now on, from Monday forward, I'm going to be doing mostly like minis and small stuff and that sort of thing. So, little stocking stuffers and little things. I'm probably going to do like a pin show where I clear up my pins, that sort of thing. Collector Card says, I am awesome. Of course you are. I'm sweating. First show tonight, 36 bookmarks. Okay, let's raise that amount. Let's raise that amount. Okay, let's see. View profile. Everyone go check out Collecto Cards show tonight at 7:30 p.m. Everyone go to Collecto Cards right now and let's bookmark that show. It is a hockey singles blowout sale. Ooh, there we go. Oh, and I love the name of your show on the 22nd, Single to Mingle for hockey singles. I love it. It's a singles night. It's a singles mixer. I love it. Um, there you go. Prairie Nights has done it. So let's see. Let's go and look. Back up. Where is it? Where did it go? Oh my good golly. There we go. Collecto cards, view profile. We got 39 bookmarks. Good morning, Angie. How are you? We got 39 bookmarks. Maybe before the end of today. Nisco has done it. Thank you guys. Let's see. Go back into Collecto cards. What's it up to now? 40. I got 40. Yes. Awesome. Keep doing that. Everybody who wants to get a bookmark, tell us about your show and what you're going to sell and when it's going to be so we can all follow each other. Let's see. Double decker tacos. I want tacos now too. Maybe that's what I'll make for. I was going to do. Oh, I told my husband I was going to make spaghetti bolognese. So I guess I better stick with that. The stamp picker says the US buyers eat up my box lots though and don't mind paying the extra, so it's something to think about. They're mostly resellers now. So yeah, if you can do reseller prices, you're going to get folks into your show. For sure. Canadian Treasures, how are you? I don't know if I already said hi to you, but I'm saying hi anyways. And Nisco 8, good morning. The Reptile Guy says Thursday, 8:55 p.m. Central, magnetic hematite, is that how you say it, jewelry? Ooh, that stuff is supposed to be really good for your circulation. Look at that. Let's see. Okay. 9:55 p.m. on Thursday. Everyone bookmark. Everyone bookmark. Hematite jewelry. We've got 14 bookmarks. I'm going to make it 15. Let's see what else we have going on. Bitbuster, good morning. Family Stamp Picker says, family weekend for me, but please bookmark my shows this week, Tuesday and Thursday. One for everything collectible, one mostly stamps. $1 for everything collectible. Is it dollar stars? Is that what you're saying? View profile. Let's see. Corey's Top Shelf Tuesdays. He's got Corey. What the heck? He must have just booked them. Let's get that up to at least double digits. We've got, what does that say? 6, 8. I can't read it because and then I'm going to do Thursday. I'm going to bookmark 4 of your shows. There we go. Everyone bookmark Stamp Pickers shows. Bloomable, good morning. Prairie Night says, be sure to follow our co-host shows. We're going to learn something over there. Yeah, who are you doing that again with, Prairie Nights? Sorry, I missed that. Who are you doing your co-host show with? Let me check it out. Everyone view Prairie Night's profile. Lisa's from Saskatchewan. He's barking again. Oh, there it is. Vintage buyback, Kelly Irish, and on the 20th at 6:34 p.m. Bookmark that show. So vintage buyback, Kelly Irish. Let's get some more bookmarks for Prairie Nights. That's awesome. Doing co-host shows is a lot of fun. Sandpicker says, I just booked all that stuff. Thursday might do dollar starts just because you said it. I said not to. You don't have to. It's not a not. It's a you don't have to do dollar starts if you don't want to. It does get people excited, but you know, you got to know your buyers to know whether or not it's a risk. And you have to be willing to accept and not grumble later on to yourself. Go look at yourself in the mirror and say, don't do that ever again. If it doesn't go well, but don't grumble on air. Don't let people know how you feel about selling something for $1. If you were risking it to sell it for $1 and it sold for $1, then that's a business risk you take. Yes, Dave from Alberta says, share your shows, bookmark everybody, and don't forget 0% commission on Black Friday. Stamperger says, don't be upset when people get kick-ass deals. Exactly. Lee Three Twisted Threads, good morning. How are you? Titan the Great Dane says, still figuring out what my buyers like. I have a good idea, but still willing to try some different items. Yeah. I mean, the other thing is too, is that like when I started on Whatnot, I was in ephemera and I was selling off fabric. And then I was hanging out in vintage decor more than I was hanging out in other fabric shows and other ephemera shows. I was hanging out in ephemera shows, but it was way too tempting. I was spending way too much money. And then I looked in vintage decor and I really liked the vibe in vintage decor in Canada. So I started hanging out there with those folks and they were amazing. And then I'm like, I want to sell vintage decor too. And next thing you know, I have a house full. So with Whatnot, you can start off in one category and move around. And then you can go back. Like I have a whole bunch of jewelry. I'll do a jewelry show and then I won't do a jewelry show for a couple of weeks, but then I'll do I need to do probably on Black Friday. I'm going to do a Blue Mountain Pottery resellers pricing show. I'm quite sure that I'm going to do that. So be prepared. If you're a reseller and you want to get some Blue Mountain Pottery for cheap, then or cheap as it will go, I'll be doing that. Let's see. So it does sound like it is fun. It is fun to sell off my Blue Mountain Pottery. I will enjoy it a lot. Be Kind DIY says, if we sell in different categories, should we sell on the same account or have 2 different? My recommendation is that you try to do one account. And just that's my recommendation. There are other people who do in multiple accounts. I just think it takes a lot of work to keep those operational and be switching back and forth and checking in and making sure your inventory is in the right spot. The thing is like, if you decide to do a book show, even though you're Bead Kind DIY, you decide you want to do a book show. Well, you can still put your bead stuff in your Buy It Now during a book show, right? So why would you want to split up that inventory? Because you'd have to copy that inventory over to the other selling. It's just plus there's like the extra reporting on taxes and everything else. I just find that if you have like one thing that you really love and you sell that, and then every once in a while you sell in other things, or say 3 times a week you sell beads and once a week you do children's clothing, people just get to know it. They won't be like, oh my god, that name doesn't make any sense to me. No, it's fine. They really don't care. Once they get to know you and love you, they're going to come to your shows no matter what your name is. unless your name is like poo poo face and they don't like it because it says poo poo face. But now there's probably somebody whose name is poo poo face. Who knows? Prairie Night says everyone says pick your niche, and I feel like you don't have to here yet. No, I don't. I don't think. I think that if you love the item that you're selling, um, you're going to be able to sell it. It may not be the first show or the second show or even the fifth show that you sell it, but it will sell. It just means that the right person wasn't in the room that day at that time. So I think that if you are trying to sell something you don't like because you saw that somebody else, a big seller, was selling this thing and looked like they were making a lot of money off of it, you're not going to do well. Like I watch the coins and bullion people and I'm like, "Oh my god, I would love to be able to like see that kind of cash flow, right?" But I don't know poop about coins and bullion and I really don't give a flying you know what. I just like watching the shows. So I would not do well in that category. Stamp pickers. I have a collection of stamp stuff of my mother's. I will do a show, but it will be just as professional as my Pokemon shows are, and my what is it? You Goo 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 show was. Like it's just going to be. I don't know. You guys, if you think it's valuable, you can bid on it and you can outbid each other. I don't know what I'm looking at. That's going to be the type of show that I'm going to be more like, ooh, that's really pretty than anything else because I don't know enough about that. And at my age, I've decided that there's only so much headspace of information that I can store. And so I've decided not to get into too many things because I already have ADHD enough as it is without having more information in my freaking head. So do what you love, sell what you love, that will translate into more sales. But if you suddenly come across a box of something and you got a great deal, then go sell it on Whatnot and just have fun with it. um Bitbuster video says I agree, stay focused on one account, one mission if you're solo. Yeah, I think it just makes life easier too, but it doesn't mean that you have to stick, like you don't, just because you signed up as selling beads doesn't mean that people are going to be like, I'm not going to that bead person's show because to buy books. Like it's they'll come into the show. Blowout deals, Ohio. Good morning, Denise. Good morning. How are you? Pickles is in the house. I got this new pin. Where is it? I got this new pin that I just got in. Where is it? Oh, where did it go? There it is. And I was like, I love this pin so much. I really kind of want to keep it. Powered by pickles. Love it. It's in. I have to go. I have like a little case downstairs where I put all the pins. So when I do a pin show, um, Bitbuster video says you can also change your name. Yeah, if you want to. If you've been known as something, then I would just I wouldn't worry about it too much, to be honest. Like custom wood burning doesn't do just wood burning, but everyone comes in anyways, right? Just kind of, you just build a community and your community will follow you. Like I don't sell roosters. I sell like rooster pins, but I don't sell actual roosters. Titan the Great Dane says we've had an absolute blast in our shows. Love interacting with the chat. It's a key part of it. Yeah, is building that community and that fun and the experience. Like, wow, someone cares, and they're gonna stick around because it's shoppertainment, right? Shauna's Treasures and Art says, for me, my main shows are vintage decor. So for cards, comics, jewelry, etc., I book shows in that category. Yeah, definitely. And you can always like if you want to do a show where you mix it up, put it in estate sales or storage unit finds if you want to mix it up. And then your separate listings, when you list an item, if you pre-list an item instead of doing random pulls, if you pre-list an item, then you can put that in the different categories. And then, so say you've got a bunch of jewelry, people who shop for jewelry will get shown your show, even if you're in estate sales, because they shop for jewelry and you've got jewelry in your shows. So Whatnot doesn't like say, oh, this isn't a jewelry show, so I'm not going to show it to somebody who loves jewelry. It it because it's in estate sales. No, if your items have the category of jewelry, it's going to show it. Stamp Picker says, I've sold in at least a dozen categories and specialize in shows for stamps, obviously, but all seem to work because people get to like, you've built this amazing community, right, Corey? So it's like people come in for Corey and the stuff, but they come in for both. And that's the thing that you have to figure out for everybody else. Not you, Corey. You've already figured it out. Is as you build your business on whatnot, you're also building your community, and so stay true to yourself. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. It's not sustainable, and people will notice that. And it's not going to build as quickly as if you're being like your absolute self, which I know is hard to do because you're in front of a camera, right? But if you can try and be your absolute self, um, don't try to fake it till you make it type thing. If you're nervous, tell people you're nervous. If you make a mistake, just laugh at it. You know what? People love honesty and they're going to stick around for honesty. There's not enough honesty in this world right now. This world is full of lies and BS. So people are looking for honest, true, raw human interaction. And that's what you can offer on Whatnot. Being Kind DIY says, me too. My brain is at max capacity. When more comes, if other stuff falls out. Yeah. My stuff gets like stored in the back and then it takes longer for me to find it. I don't have a mind palace, but I do like, I do have a way of, I do have a way of like going through my files. And I hate having to like go way back to figure it out. Sleek Style says that's the only way that I can store so much. Yes. Let's see. Hello, Kelly Irish. Um, Shauna's Church and Art says our lack of knowledge in certain categories, like me, hello, Pokemon, can end up being a buyer's lucky day. Exactly. And what I found is that people who came in and stuck around, like I know some people were bidding because it was me, and I love you, thank you for that, but there were other people who knew what they were looking at, and so the bidding started going up. I had no idea why you guys were bidding on this stuff. I had no idea, but like, you know what, that's the cool thing about auctions is that as an auctioneer, I don't need to know everything about the item. If the people in the room want it badly enough, they'll bid against each other. Maximus One, good morning, how are you doing? Sean's Church and Art says, Corey, we know you have way more than stamps. I'm trying to catch up here. I think those 3 show tags make a difference in drawing people in when you're live as well. Yes, the tags do help. In fact, you can search for tags, which is how I found out. I was trying to find all the Black Friday live shows that had already been booked. And so I went in and typed in Black Friday live and then looked for shows, but it was just showing me everything, including live stuff today. So then I went into um, the filter and I saw that there was one that said tags. So I looked at tags and that's when I discovered that there are multiple Black Friday live tags. In fact, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, let's see. Black Friday live, search, shows, go filter, go to tag. There are, show more. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 Black Friday live tags. There's, see that? So there's Black Friday live. This is what the shows that are booked. In one, there are 3,638. Another, there's 1,009. The third one, there's 445. And the fourth one is 143. Multiple Black Friday live tags. So when you go to book your show for Black Friday, just pick the first Black Friday live tag. Hopefully that will be the correct one. I don't even know if mine is. Let me see. Filter by, shipped from Canada. There's only 95 shows booked. We need more Black Friday shows. And now it's saying there are none. Hang on. Search. Cancel. Oh, for the love of God. See, now it says there's nothing here because it doesn't say Black Friday. Just put in Friday. Friday. I'm in love. Filter. Tag. Black Friday live. Search. filter shipped from Canada, 175. That's better. But for some reason, it's still not showing up. Black Friday has not been canceled. Black Friday has definitely not been canceled. It is zero commission. Call me demon. Good morning. Sleek Style says, I've reached this point. Doing it perfectly is not a thing. Yes, absolutely. Don't try to be perfect. It's not possible. So don't worry about it. Just if your lighting isn't perfect, make your lighting as good as you can, because the better you can show off your stuff, the easier it is for your buyers to make a decision. But don't panic. If wipe your camera lens before you go live. Make sure it's clean. Make sure that you double check that you've got power so that you can keep going no matter what, that kind of stuff. But don't worry if your makeup isn't on fleek, or, look at your shirt, make sure that you didn't get toothpaste on it. Hi, my name is Kim. I've gone live with toothpaste stuck on my shirt. Nobody said anything. Bless you. I've got this scratch on my face. There was a time when I wouldn't have gone live with this dog scratch on my face, but I'm like, it is what it is. You guys will survive me having a scratch on my face. Tighten the Grain Dane says, when something goes completely sideways and you recover well with a smile on your face, that's what really helps. You just laugh it off. I think it's like when I drop the phone, I'll tell you guys the name of my lawyer so you can all, sue me for dropping the phone and hurting you. I'll do stuff like that. Bitbuster Video says, pro tip right there with the Black Friday live tag. Yes. You could always pick 3 Black Friday live tags and then you'd be, it's so ridiculous. Stamp Picker says only about 20 to 24 pallets of stuff. That's it. So we're doing box lot Saturday or Sundays weekly now. It's awesome. Graham, New York City. Good morning. How are you? Is it because no, it's because I put in Friday and it still isn't showing. That tells me you play with my dog. I think that it was him jumping over me this morning to get a daddy. He literally jumps over my head. Glam Graham, New York City says, hi, I'm new. Thank you. Wondering how you get listed as a community show. I want to introduce myself and say hi and stop checking out. So if you want to do a community show, just put community as your category. But I would suggest book a show in the category that you want to sell in. And even if you're not completely ready to sell, just put 10 things in your buy it now and then introduce yourself and do a show that way, in the category that you want to sell in. It's hard, and you do not need to go face forward. You do not have to show your face to do a show. Just, and I would recommend that you ignore that number at the top, because it's never right, first of all. And second, people can watch you from the For You page, which I call the lobby. So they can be listening in from the lobby. So assume that, that all is well. Sleek Styles asks about Canada Post. Assume you got lots of people watching you and just talk as if you've got a lot of people watching you is what I mean to say. Okay, let me see. Yes, we got to talk about Canada Post. So update. It's not really an update because it's the same. The rotating strike notice for Canada Post for the Canadians in the room. There continues to be no location that is on strike. This is how many days in a row no location is on strike. The only thing is that if you live in Quebec, outside of Montreal, you are going to not get any of your neighborhood flyers. Quel dommage. So that is the only thing. Je suis très désolé, but you are not going to get your flyers. I know, bonus, right? No more stupid flyers except I missed when it happened for a bit in Ontario. I missed my Canadian Tire paper flyer because I used that as stuffing for shipping. So it was free shipping that I was not getting. So that's your update. FDD Trad, good morning. Nate, good morning. Bugaboo, good morning. How are you? So yay, look at that. We got some follows. So everybody follow the brand new Glam Graham, New York City. I love it. Everybody follow. Flyers are great for the wood stove. We don't have I need to get our well, first I gotta unearth it because it's behind a whole bunch of boxes because I have a bunch of stuff in here. But we do have a wood fireplace that I want to use, but I need to get it wet certified and fixed just in case. So, everyone, it is 11 o'clock. Everyone, please share where you're from and what you sell so we can all follow each other. Um, yeah, we get a free paper as well. They throw it at the bottom of our, and usually we end up ignoring it. It usually gets wet before I've had a chance to read it, and there's nothing in it that I'm interested in that I can't read online. I don't see the point anymore, other than the flyers that are in it. But anyways, so everyone share where you're from and what you sell so we can all follow each other. And if you have any shows coming up that you want to get bookmarks for, tell us about it. And if you would like me to read your profile and give you any advice, I am also here for that as well. Jacqueline, good morning. How are you? Bitbuster Video says, I'm in Ontario, Canada. I clean and restore retro games, Sega. It is so much fun watching a Bitbuster video show, by the way, because you actually get to see the games being played as well as buy them. So that is so awesome. Hi, Jacqueline. Welcome in. So again, feel free to share your shows, ask your questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Guaranteed, whatever you want to ask, somebody else wants to ask and just doesn't have the nerve yet to ask it. But all questions are welcome. The Wayback Basement is from Montreal. Yay! I still sell nostalgia, VHS, comics, toys, so much more. Am I following you? I feel like I'm not following you. I'm not following you. I'm following you now. Awesome. 219 items already sold. Welcome to Whatnot. That's awesome. Titan the Great Dane is in Prince Edward Island, our prettiest and smallest province in Canada. Next show, it's kind of like Rhode Island, but smaller. Next show is this coming Wednesday, and I'll have some beauty gift sets. Ooh, DIY pottery stuff for kids and a jumble of stuff. Oh, those are great, great presents. Those are great presents. Awesome. All right, who else has got a show coming up, or who else wants to share what they have going on? Let me look at Titan. View profile. 89 items already sold. That is awesome. And you've got a whole bunch. Look at this. Look at the cute little thumbnail you got going on there. I love that thumbnail with all the information there. Toys, pet supplies, computer accessories, home and garden, crafts and hobbies, appliance repair parts, and so much more. Storage unit finds live every Wednesday. Brilliant. I love it. Um, there you go. Bitbuster Video says, looking forward to your VHS show way back. I love it. I love it. Be Kind DIY says, building custom pens tonight. Great gifts and stocking stuffers. I've got a Boop Boop Titan. And then Be Kind DIY, view profile. You've already sold 90 items. That is so amazing. Build pens with me today at 9 p.m. Eastern. And tomorrow at 10 a.m., you have a weekly Sunday show with acrylics, focals, and more. Look how cute these are. Look how cute all this stuff is. I love it. Let's see. Stamp Picker says a ton of new Canadian sellers. So let's rock it in 2026. Absolutely. Canada's like growing so quickly. So let's all support everybody else. And there are some new chat shows, new community shows. Mimics 55 is doing chat shows now, as well as Magnets by Marika. So if you want to start doing your own chat show, you don't have to come and just listen to me. You guys have advice that you can give too. So, and you can answer questions as well. And you know what? If you're live and you don't know the answer to your question, you can always, while you're live, go look at help.whatnot.com if you got a second device and you can read it out loud. Jacqueline, One Stop Shop One says, I have a book show coming up tonight with everything you need while you're reading. So it's books and more. I love it. Let me check that out. Jacqueline's view profile. I'm already following you. Awesome. Shows. There it is. Today at 9:17 p.m. That's brilliant, by the way. Why 9:17 p.m.? If you're off from like the hour, the half hour, it's more likely you will get your notification to your followers will get noticed. Because if you go live at just 9 p.m., you're going to be going live with a whole bunch of other notifications. Book Vintage to Now. I love your cute little, I love that little image. It's so cute. Jacqueline's One Stop Shop. I love it. I love it. Oh, and you're doing a community show as well. I love that. Awesome. And Jacqueline's already sold 55 items. Congratulations. Miss Bobby's Shop for You. Good morning. How are you doing? Angie, why aren't you modded? Boop, boop. Vintage Buyback Kelly Irish says Northern BC vintage decor this Sunday at 3:34 p.m. Pacific time. Um, lots of Christmas added. Also, co-host show with Prairie Nights on Thursday, November 20th at 3:34 p.m. Let me just, there we go. Vintage Buyback Kelly Irish view profile. Already 177 items sold. That is awesome. And already 16 bookmarks for tomorrow's show at 6:34. And I love how you've got like you keep that 6:34 going. And you're part of Shop Small Friday on the 28th. Look at that, Shop Small Friday. If you're a seller on Whatnot, DM me and I will send you the link for Shop Small Friday. Stamp Pickers says 3 week shows weekly from beautiful Nanaimo, BC. Crazy stories, crazier stuff, amazing community in my shows. Please bookmark. You need to see, if you have not been in a Stamp Picker show, you need to. Like, he's just so much fun. Even if you don't like stamps, you're gonna love listening to his stories. They're amazing, and he has already sold 3.2 thousand items. And he's been doing professional online selling for over 25 years. So you need to check out Stamp Pickers. So much fun. Titan the Great Dane says, I have like $5,000 in appliance repair motors, dryer replacement parts, stuff like that. So I think, yeah, next year I should do a special Whatnot show. I would even put those in your like, um, we're hoping, we've asked for a way that your shop could be like curated, so you could put like, very similar to like on Etsy, where you can say, here's my dryer parts, here's my stamps, here's my books, that sort of thing. We've asked for that. That would be awesome if you'd be able to put that in your shop, so people who are looking for like appliance parts would find your profile and Whatnot. They are working on having it so that more from your store as opposed to your show would be searchable on Google. That is also in the works soon, I hope. Denise asked, how do people afford to ship books and keep them affordable? So the key thing is, if you're, I assume, let me just double check if I can see. Are you a Canadian seller, or are you Canadian buyer? Are you in Canada is what I'm asking. If you're, so I'll just answer it for both Canada and US. So for a US buyer, most US shows that do books do flat rate. So you're paying, if it ships, it fits into one of their flat rate boxes. So they do flat rate and they just fill the boxes. It'll either be a small box or a large box, or Whatnot's got like a flat rate, which makes it very inexpensive. And you can fill a box quite well with that. In Canada, it's not the same. So if you're a bookseller in Canada, it's that first initial book that someone's purchasing, they're going to pay like 10, 15, 14, $19, depending on where they live in Canada, for shipping. So most booksellers who are selling not like rare books, but regular books, will have lower prices on their books, or will offer coupons for their first book purchase, which is kind of like reduced shipping. So here's $5 off your first book that you purchase, and that will help with shipping. So suddenly shipping goes from, it feels like, even though it's off the item that you purchase, it's like $5 off. So that helps. I always find that coupons help to break that shipping barrier for your first item. After that, it depends on the weight of the book. So like if I was to add another heavy book, it might be $1.50 for that person to buy that book and have it shipped. So after the first item is purchased, the second, third, fourth, fifth to 10th item is a lot less. So the best thing you can do is encourage your buyers to think buying in bulk. So buy more. The more you buy in a Canadian show, the cheaper your shipping per item is going to be. And that's kind of the way that I've always recommended people sell if you're in Canada, is to remind people that yes, your first items shipping is high, but after that it goes down quite a bit. Oftentimes what I will say is, if someone's like, the shipping is too high, and I explain that and they're still hesitating on buying, then when other people are buying, I'll say, oh, hey, Pickles, that was your second book that you purchased. How much was that shipping? Do you remember? Do you mind saying? And then Pickles will say, oh, that was only 45 cents or something. And that helps break it too, is just sharing live information from other buyers if those buyers are willing to share that information back. And most are not worried about sharing. Osprey cards, Cass, the Wakanda way. Good morning. Saria, Sarayan. Did I say that right? I hope I said that right. Um, Man, Michelle, good morning. How are you? Welcome in. Mrs. Bobby's shops for you. Hello, says tonight I'm going to try and finish my holiday Disney ornament show. Oh, awesome. Denise says yes in Canada, not Australia yet. Well, awesome. Welcome to Whatnot. You're gonna love it. It's a little addictive. There's an awesome community, and booksellers are more than welcome. There's lots of people who love to buy books on Whatnot in Canada and in the States too. Living the dream 2025. Good morning. Glamgram says New York City says gotta run. Thank you so much. See you all soon. Have a great day, Glamgrams. So nice to meet you. And Jesus and that says nothing against our American friends, just with tariffs and everything, it makes it harder for everyone. Yeah, you're not going to have a lot of US buyers until we figure out a better way than just UPS to ship. But Whatnot at least gave us some sort of solution. In other parts of the world, there is no solution, and you just can't. You just US buyers just can't buy. Like France is still stuck. Iana, Iania. I don't know if I said that right. I apologize. Good morning. Bitbuster said, thank you. I struggle with explaining shipping. Break it down to make it easy. Yeah. And also, if you want to offer a coupon, that always helps. Sandpicker says, can I sell you guys some boxes of books? Please ask in my Saturday shows if you want to resell and make some money. That's a great idea. Like, yeah, just like reseller mystery boxes. Just say like, just make sure that you're following the mystery box rules. It wouldn't be like a surprise set. It would be like there's a random box of books of this type so people know what they're getting into. But you can always, if you've got similar size boxes, stamp pickers, I would say like if you use the same like I do, I have book boxes that I use for storing the books. I would just like I would just make up some boxes and weigh them and put them in as a buy it now thing, with a custom shipping profile. Just put them as a custom shipping profile because they'll be a separate box all on their own. Dripple Locker says, in my office at work, watching away. Hello, work. Megahertz says, hello, my dear Red. Good morning, Megahertz. I hope you're having a grand day so far. Yes. If you have any questions, please. Thank you. You're awesome, Megahertz. Sandpicker says, everyone's asked me to do that. I assume it works well. I'll usually show everyone. Yes, super heavy. So super heavy. You want to use a heavy duty box. You're going to use lots of tape. So my suggestion is if you've already got boxes set aside and, or you can just create some boxes, then I would do a custom shipping profile. For my show where I'm going to be doing a resellers, like fill a box resellers lot, I'm probably just going to say, it's like 10 items can go in this size box. So you buy 10 items and it's going to go in this box and do a custom shipping profile. I've already set it up. I've already set up the custom shipping profile. It's going to be for like small size U-Haul boxes. But I can only fit like 10 in there just because I want to make sure it arrives in one piece. But books is different, right? It is hard to break books. However, I always wrap all my books when I ship them because I don't want especially if they're older books, they get like tightly wrapped so that during shipment the spines don't get ruined because they can shake. WB Vets, good morning. Stamp pickers ask, so custom profiles can go up to what weight? I've done about 30 pounds, but need maybe be a bit bigger. That is a good question. If you're using Chit Chats, there is a lower limit, but if you're using Canada Post, which from the problems you've had with Chit Chats, I assume you are, maximum weight 66 pounds, which you probably already knew that. 66 pounds is the maximum weight. So like, yeah, 65. I wonder, okay, let's find out. Let's see. Let's do a custom shipping profile. There's only one way to find out, right? Let's see. Create a new profile. We'll do a quality listing. Loki, do you want to be in the picture? There we go. Loki. There we go. Yeah, we got Loki in the picture. Sorta. He moved. Oh well. All right. And we're doing new and used books. The title is Big Box O Books. And description is yada yada yada. Topic is adventure. Condition is poor. Yada yada yada. Buy it now. $1,000, $10,000. No offers. No, reserved for live. Okay, shipping profile. So what you want to do is once you get to this part, you're going to go to custom for custom shipping profile. And then I already have some that I've created, but like I've got unboxing, shopping in estates, ephemera, yada yada. But we're going to create a new one. So we're going to create a new one that is going to be called books. So heavy box of books. And weight is going to be 66 pounds. Let's see if it'll let me. It's just going to be one box. So the maximum, set the maximum number. You have to turn on set maximum number of items. This is really important. Even if it's going to be just one, because you're putting in your buy it now as a whole box of books. Now, this is where it's important. Underneath that, you can put in the custom size, which is what you need to do. So we're going to do a 20 by 15 by 13 inch box. And we're going to hit save. All right. And then we're going to publish. All right. Here we go. 66 pounds. Let's see if I can find it. Heavy or books. There it is. Pin. All right. Does this show for my, probably for my Americans, it will show nothing. Does this show a cost for 66 pounds of books? Is it showing a shipping cost for this? Let me know. Is it showing a shipping cost or not? $82. M Lively, thank you. Okay, so 66 pounds is an expensive ship, but you can ship a 24 by 15 by 13 inch box, which is about what my banker's boxes are. You can ship that full 66 pounds, which is the maximum that Canada Post allows. You can ship that. So it's not cheap, but you're getting a whole box of books, right? So now you know. Bitbuster says I must be the closest. You are, because you're only 36.90, so you are the closest. Okay, let me just check here. Let's see. I'm gonna switch back. Megahertz says I just sold 75 books for $75 and it was over 65 pounds. Luckily enough, I had one good box for it. Yeah, so you wouldn't have had to do a custom shipping profile for that. But yeah, max with Canada Post is 65 pounds. So I sold them. So yeah, so according to Canada Post website, it's 66 pounds. So I just did it at 66 pounds and you can get away with it. Yeah. Stamp pickers, the thing is that I don't. Chit Chats has told other people using other couriers that they never got the box, even though those other courier companies and shipping companies say the box is delivered, and then they say it wasn't. So I'm laying it on not trusting Chit Chats more than I'm laying it on not trusting your ICS courier, to be honest. Because it's just like if it was just ICS that I heard about, then I'd be like, yeah, this is an ICS thing. But this has happened way too many times to too many Canadian shippers. Will you, Loki? I don't want your ball. Go take it to Daddy. Go see Daddy. Go take the ball to Daddy. Mommy don't want ball. Mommy busy. Stop. I don't want that ball either. None of the balls. No, thank you. Mommy busy working. Go lie down. Go settle. Settle. No, all the way. Stop looking so cute. Okay, Gorilla, good morning. Have a great day, Jacqueline. And I'm so glad you're here on Whatnot. Stamp says, I work with Canada Post in the morning, so take the stuff there personally. I just drop it in the bin for the ferry or the plane. That is so cool. Oh dear. Living the Dream says, does anyone else have any issues returning emails to support? I've sent issues through chat to support. They email me for more info. But when I try to reply, I get a postmaster response saying it failed to go through. So my suggestion is Living the Dream is that you forward your reply to, hang on, seller support. Oh, there we go. Seller support at whatnot.com. Jacqueline says saying $7,000 to you. Holy cow. That's a lot. Frodo T Baggins, good morning. The Crazy Bee Lady, good morning. $7,000 for the $7,000 US. I put it as $10,000 Canadian. But the shipping should be less than that, hopefully. Sandpicker says that would be like $250 is taken to the post office. Whatnot does have some with Shippo or whatever they're using, and they're having some sort of good deal that's working. Franchise, good morning. Vintage Avenue North and Rhonda, good morning. Good morning. He does need some mummy time. Oh, you're gonna have to help me say that. I'm gonna look at your profile. Hang on. Let's view profile. Thiwanka Fernando. Hello, how are you? I'm sorry that I'm gonna follow you. Welcome. I love that picture that you have as your background picture. He hasn't found Dad. He's right here. Romeo has found Daddy and is barking because my husband said, do you think Loki will like the giggle ball? And I didn't realize that my husband knew where the other giggle ball was. And when Romeo gets the big giggle ball, he barks nonstop. No, you don't need to bark. I didn't. For work's sakes, I said bark, and now dogs. Johnny 50, good morning. The Crazy Bee Lady Linda High says, I met up with PJP27 in Toronto, and it was great getting acquainted. I love that. We have to do some Canadian meetups. We have to figure out how we can do some Canadian meetups. If you're interested in doing a Canadian meetup in your area, send me a message, because I would love it. Because they're doing meetups in the States, and Whatnot will help support it. You're not going to get any swag or anything like that, but Whatnot will help with like a sign up and that sort of thing. So if you're interested, okay, give me that. Tuck. No, go play with your Elmo instead. Go play with Elmo. Yeah, go take Elmo. No, mommy busy. Mommy don't. He brought me the rubber chicken. Yeah, meet up in December. That would be awesome. So if you're interested, go to the Discord and there's an in real life meetups discussion and just put, I'm interested in doing one. Or just message me, DM me and say where you are and where you think you'd want to do the meetup. Wherever you are. If you're in the States and you'd like to do a meetup, message me and I'll send you the information on how you can contact Whatnot to get started on that. There's meetups, like they just did a meetup in Tampa and San Diego, I think is next. So, and they do them all over. They did the Sassy Vintage Chick hosted one in Texas, and it was a lot of fun. There's been ones in North Carolina. They've been all over, and I would love to see some in Canada too. Grandma's Dead Stock, good morning. Buy Now Shop 59. Terry, good morning. How are you? Bitbuster video says I got my Black Friday show scheduled just now. Yes, everyone do a Black Friday show. All right, let me get rid of this big box of books. Big box of books. Let's get rid of you. I'm gonna do some flash sales because I can. All right, I have a whole bunch of these. I'm just going to start flash sailing while you guys share your shows. I have a whole bunch of vintage postcards. They are so cool. They are dead. I was thinking of Grandma's Dead Stock. So we have some of those that I have on sale now. I also have Christmas party glasses. I have plenty of Christmas party glasses available. So if you're looking to be part of the party, I've got tons of really cool Christmas party glasses available for you. This one, and start flash sale, and this one, And I think there's another one over here. Yep. And this one. So you can always say which one you're interested in. Who's ever first, you just message me. There you go. So there's a whole bunch of those. Vintage by Kelly Irish says perhaps a live component would be great for us far away. Yeah, what they did is they did like a community show during it so that other people could participate, which was awesome. Dave from Alberta says, if anyone's into gems, a new seller, Shiny Things 99 sells amazing amylite at great prices. I don't know what amylite is, but so there it is, Shiny Things 99. Welcome in, welcome to Whatnot. Let me just make sure that I'm not following you. I am now 75 things sold already. Good for you. Angie's This and Us is going to load my auction today, and I have jewelry in my buy it now. I didn't get enough preloaded. We'll hold off until I have 100 items in auction. Do it at 50. Go for just 50. Do a shorter show. Go for 50. Why not? I know. Don't I look amazing? It's a special day for me. Sandpickers says to Dave from Alberta, I missed your melt show, but would love to see another time. Can you please tag me? Yes. Dave from Alberta does these really fun shows where he shows off how he melts down. You've done gold-filled items and taken the gold out, and then also melting down silver jewelry, broken jewelry into ingots, or what are they called? Anyways, into silver so you can sell it. Okay, let's see. What else can I pin? Should I just I'm going to pin a whole bunch. Oh, I have these Santa keys. They're so cute. Why can't I run a flash sale on this? Options. So there we go. Start flash sale. Santa keys. I also have Santa keys. They're really cute. If you live in somewhere or you know somebody who has a little kid and there's no chimney and the kids are worried that Santa won't be able to get in because we don't have a chimney, you can just leave this little key and you leave it out for Santa so he can get into your house. It's not an actual key that will get you into your house, so you're still safe. And then this also, if you want, what you do is you buy this little button. It's so cute. You buy the button, so cute, and you after, so for Christmas Eve, whenever you do where Santa comes, if it's Christmas night, Santa comes or whatever. Anyways, you leave the key and you leave the button somewhere where the kids can find it. That's like, oh, this is Santa's lost button. So then there's a way to return it to Santa the next year. You hang it on the tree so that Santa can get his lost button back the next year. And then, it's very cute. What else do I have that I can boop, boop, boop. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of things in my buy it now. So share your shows while I'm doing this. Angie's This and That says, I'm kind of happy, but sad kids are all too old for that now. They're never too old for silly things. I'm Ms. Rizzle. I know. Hello, Jespian. How are you? Buy Now Shop Tonight says, I'm going to try and do a pop-up today, jewelry and Christmas. Woo! Awesome. I love jewelry and I love Christmas. Stampicker says, by the way, doing a Christmas seals and stamps show in a few weeks, so please bookmarks once I've edited. It's probably on the Tuesday evening. Christmas, I love Christmas seals. I have a few here, and the Easter seals. I have some of the old Easter seals as well. Peacock Drew says, I'm selling my favorite pieces of jewelry tonight. Come get the good stuff. I may not cry a little. Oh, Peacock, I love you. DN me official. Hello. Collector Card says, same here. I bought a thermal printer from Amazon, $89 on sale. Good for you for shipping labels. It does save you a lot of time. The enjoyment of just taking the label and going onto your package, it's lovely. You'll love it. When it shows up, you're going to love it. Stampicker says, the coolest Christmas seals and stamps show anyone will have ever seen. Absolutely. Oh, that actually hurts. Why does this hurt so much? Okay. Oh, that's better. It was pushing on this one. This one was a little bit too much. Thermal printers are very satisfying. Sorry, I got to pick this up off the floor so Loki doesn't get it. Label printers spark joy. They do. They really do. All right, let me switch to my Santa glasses instead. Shoppers Drug Mart, stop texting me. I don't care. There we go. All right, I feel better now. All right, what else can I get rid of? Loki. Oh my gosh. I've had this forever. I need to flash sale this. Why isn't it flash sailing? Why isn't it saying flash sale? Loki, will you stop? Stop. There it is. Save changes. There. Now it's letting me start flash sale. That's really weird. That was kind of weird. And this one also is not letting me flash sale. Oh, it wasn't turned on. That's why. There. Save changes. I can start flash sale. Flash sales are fun. No printer should be here before my live, but the paper showed up at 5 a.m. So you got your paper, but you didn't get the printer. That happens. That definitely happens. I only have one more roll of 1,000 labels, and then I've got to buy. As soon as I start using that roll of 1,000 labels, I buy more because I never want to be out of it. But I have been actually using paper because I'd moved around the cords and moved around everywhere. So at one point I just took, so some of you will have seen this when you received your package. I didn't have, my printers were in a different location because I'd moved around. And so I just printed on 4x6 photo paper instead on my inkjet. Because I was like, forget this. I'm just going to do it. Oh yeah, I got these new. These just came in. Toilet paper roll earrings. They're little toilet paper rolls. Everybody needs that. That's like, for special occasions, you wear that sort of thing. What else did I just get in? No one has bought my 50. Oh, it's 17. Why is it $17? I got to edit that. That's because it got upped by US. Boop, $12. Flash sale. Available save changes. There we go. All right, now I can start a flash. I know, COVID. ThriftWorks, what's up? Welcome in, ThriftWorks. We were talking about how France has issues with shipping right now. Peace and Creations, welcome in. All right, got to change glasses. Whew. All right, last call to share your shows. Thank you. Last call to share your shows and ask your questions. We're all getting very excited about the joy of zero commission happening. I'm very excited about zero commission. If you're a Canadian seller, one of the things that I would recommend is that you have a little Collecto Cards. Thank you for the tip. You're awesome. Collecto Cards is live at 7:30 p.m. Everyone make sure that you are following Collecto Cards and that you are bookmarking that show. Thank you for the tip. You are awesome. Let's see. View profile. Show is at 7:30. So we already have 40 bookmarks. Can we get it higher than that? Let's get it higher than that. Everyone bookmark. This is Collecto Cards first show, right? 7:30 p.m. Blowout sale of singles. And Whatnot's going to call me. Yes. Awesome. All right, we're up to 41. Let's get some more in there. Elizabeth, good morning. Tan, good morning. Like a God, good morning. So feel free to share your shows. Tell us what you have going on, and then I'm going to find somebody to raid because it is 11:37 already. So last call for questions or to share your shows. While I look and see who we've got on right now. See if there's somebody that's new that we haven't gone into before. Oh, actually, Vintiquity's on. Why don't we go? We haven't raided into Vintiquity in a while. She's one of the OGs. So if you want to see how to sell on Whatnot, she's one of the OGs, and she's selling really cool books. So we were talking about books earlier. So let's go raid into her. So I've not done so. And the time is now. Just do it going live. Yes, absolutely. Don't hesitate. The best thing that you can do is just kind of jump in. And if you need help, you can always message some of us who do community shows. And you'll find that the community will gather around you to help you with your first show. That's the thing is what I notice in a lot of shows is even when a seller is struggling, there are people in there trying to help out. Let me just put in at Vintiquity. All right. No, you don't need to bark back at Romeo. To read or not to read, not even a question book show. We're going to go in there. Thank you guys so much. Have an awesome day, and I will see you Monday. Monday. I will see you Monday. Dave from Alberta says I am free and I'm always willing to help. That's awesome. Awesome. I love you guys so much. Have a great day. Let's go raid into the wonderful Vintiquity. She's on Vancouver Island and she's selling books. So let's go see what she's got for us. Bye for now.